Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
I'm Anna Manuel. Thank you for joining us. DNA results have confirmed that a jawbone found in the Chemung River belongs to missing Elmira man Matthew Barber. The jawbone was found May 11th. Despite an extensive search by state police, no other remains have yet been found. Barber has been missing since November of 2020. His family has been notified of the results. If you have any information that could benefit this active investigation, contact the Elmira Police Department. A memorial that travels the nation honoring those who lost their lives while fighting for this country makes a stop in Elmira. Our Maggie Hall is at Eldridge Park, where you can see the moving wall.
An honorary motorcade of American Legion riders, police escorts, and service vehicles all helped accompany the Vietnam moving wall as it rolled into Eldridge Park today. On its way to Eldridge Park, the motorcade traveled through the streets of Elmira. It was saluted and cheered on by crowds of people. Quite a different reception than the one that many Vietnam veterans received when they arrived home from the war decades ago.
Being a Vietnam veteran is a little different than being any other kind of veteran, because when we came back, it wasn't pretty. I was spat on at LaGuardia Airport, and it kind of went downhill from there. But
to have all the members of the public stand out with flags and to salute us when we came by bringing these guys through, it was very emotional. You know, they're treated with the honor and the respect that they deserve.
The moving wall is so much more than just a wall.
It means a symbol of the guys, or the women and the men, because there are women that died in Vietnam, okay? That's a symbol, and it's a memorial. It's a testament to our people who didn't come back.
well, for us Vietnam vets, it's pretty serious, pretty somber. We all have names on the wall. You tear your heart out. And I thought I was going to have trouble finding the names. I didn't have any trouble at all. I jumped off the wall. Yeah.
I'm here at the opening ceremony of the Vietnam Moving Wall. This will be open 24 hours a day from today, June 29th, until July 4th. All are welcome.
There's all kinds of benefits here for veterans if they want to see it. We have therapy dogs here also. There is counselors here on site also. So if you don't have anybody that served in the Vietnam War, you should still come down and you'll experience it, you'll feel it. It's an extremely emotional and somber event.
And these vets hope that when visitors experience that emotion, it will bring more meaning to their observance of Independence Day this year. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira.
Representative Lee Zeldin has won the Republican Party's nomination to be New York governor. Zeldin defeated primary challenges on Tuesday from former Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino, businessman Harry Wilson, and Andrew Giuliani, the son of New York City's former mayor Rudy Giuliani. He will face Governor Kathy Hochul, who secured the Democratic nomination Tuesday as well. The first case of monkeypox has been recorded in Chemung County, but the Chemung County Health Department stresses that right now there is no risk to the public. Officials report the person with the disease is isolating at home. The health department is working with the CDC and New York State Department of Health to make sure the patient gets proper treatment. If you bought Vidalia onions at a Wegmans recently, you may want to take them back to the store. Wegmans stores in the Northeast are recalling the onions because of a potential listeria contamination. The possibly contaminated Vidalia onions were sold by the pound and have the price lookup codes 4159 or 4166. You can return the onions to a Wegmans customer service desk for a full refund. Food contaminated with listeria may not look bad, but it can cause life-threatening infections. If you ate any of the recalled Vidalia onions and feel sick, you are advised to get medical treatment. A teenager is hospitalized and more than a dozen others sickened after being exposed to high levels of carbon monoxide at a summer camp. It happened at the Chabad of Great Neck in Long Island, New York. Victims reportedly began complaining of nausea, headaches, and other symptoms, which prompted a 911 call. Fire officials later evacuated the building. A total of 15 people were treated at the scene, most of them teenagers. One victim was taken to a nearby hospital. Authorities believe a malfunctioning heating system is to blame for the leak. The January 6th committee held a hearing Tuesday on last year's Capitol riot. Lawmakers heard testimony from Cassidy Hutchinson, an aide to former President Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows. She revealed a number of dramatic revelations into former President Trump's pressure campaign to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Madeline Rivera has details from Washington.
In today's surprise hearing, the star witness, an aide to former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, revealed some stunning outbursts from former President Trump after his aides tried to rein him in on January 6th.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Former White House staffer Cassidy Hutchinson testifying before the January 6th committee Tuesday. Hutchinson served as an aide to Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and said he was aware of the threat days before the Capitol riot.
Said something to the effect of, there's a lot going on, Cass, but I don't know, things might get real bad on January 6th.
The committee replayed her prior private depositions where she said a White House official told former President Trump about weapons at his rally that day and suggested the president had no issue with his supporters marching to the Capitol armed.
Just to be clear, Ms. Hutchinson, is it your understanding that the president wanted to take the mags away and said that the armed individuals were not there to hurt him?
That's a fair assessment.
Hutchinson described in dramatic detail how Trump demanded to be driven to the Capitol after his speech and lunged at his security detail and tried to grab the steering wheel from him when he was told he could not go.
The president said something to the effect of, I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now. To which Bobby responded, sir, we have to go back to the West Wing.
Trump blasted Hutchinson on his social media account saying he doesn't know her and called her bad news. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Federal health officials don't have a crystal ball to predict when or if another COVID-19 surge will hit, but they say they're using the data available to them to try and stay ahead of the virus as best as possible. Kevin Cork has a look at the new changes that could be coming to booster shots, plus why some medical professionals say ending the pandemic involves getting as many eligible people vaccinated, including kids under 5.
Americans could soon be rolling up their sleeves for newly formulated COVID-19 booster shots. An FDA advisory panel recommending Tuesday that booster doses be updated to include specific protection against the highly contagious Omicron variant. While current vaccines and boosters protect against serious COVID-19 complications, those can weaken over time.
With the waning vaccine efficacy and the confluence of risk this fall, we need to make a move sooner rather than later.
The panel hasn't specified how updated formulas should be designed, with health experts still debating which Omicron strain to target. Both Pfizer and Moderna have already been testing reformulated vaccines that counteract Omicron, with officials reporting promising results. Meanwhile, as the vaccine rollout continues for kids under 5, health professionals are reflecting on just how much the virus has impacted this age group.
We've had more than 2 million cases, more than 20,000 hospitalizations, and unfortunately more than 200 deaths in children under the age of 5 since the beginning of the pandemic.
And not getting them vaccinated could jeopardize efforts to curtail the spread of the virus.
We can't leave one level or one age group in the population unprotected and expect the pandemic to sort of come to an end.
And the contributions of vaccines is hard to ignore. A new study from researchers at Imperial College London says COVID-19 shots saved roughly 20 million lives worldwide during their first year. I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Did you buy the wrong item or wrong size recently? Some stores may actually pay you to keep the item. Some major outlets like Target, Walmart, American Eagle, and Gap are considering letting customers keep items that they wanted to return and paying them back the money too. The reason is retailers are facing high levels of inventory and would rather not have to restock items. Still ahead, a look at your forecast, plus this.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, good evening. I'm meteorologist Alyssa Triplett, and as we step through the day, we saw those blue skies turn a bit cloudy at times due to a system that was bringing some showers mainly to the north and the east of the Elmira areas. We saw a few of those clouds here moving through the Binghamton area. But what we will continue to track here as we step through the overnight is that we will have calm and clear skies with a very light west-northwesterly wind. Temperatures will be able to fall into the 50s. So note that there is going to be some foggy conditions and some partly cloudy skies to be noted early into the morning before there will be that clearing. So official lows looking anywhere from those mid-50s in Elmira to about 54 there into Wayland. You can see some of those spots showing that fog icon there possible, as we'll see that moisture is going to be a little bit more intact on Thursday, but shouldn't give us too much humidity until our Friday forecast. So looking at what we have ahead here as we head into the holiday weekend forecast, warming is going to continue into your Friday forecast, with Friday being the warmest as we'll look at those upper 80s possible. Now, rain and thunder will move in from Friday into Saturday associated with a cold front. Not expecting any widespread severe storms as of now. Right now, just some generic thunder noted by the Storm Prediction Center is in place. But what we'll see then behind that system is that temperatures are going to dial back a few degrees. Now, still very comfortable. It's looking beautiful almost for the holiday. Both Sunday and Monday are going to have the sunshine around and temperatures into those mid-80s. So it looks like getting outdoors with friends and family is going to be a good one overall. Thursday even looking like a great day to get outdoors. We'll start off the day into those 50s, but we quickly turn around into those mid 80s. They're even possible by the afternoon. So just on par for average as we stay under that quiet sunshine for much of the day. So you see 87 even into Elmira and 86 into Corning. Temperatures into those mid-50s up towards the Finger Lake regions. As we head into that Friday forecast, temperatures will continue to warm as mentioned, upper 80s, possible 90s on the board as well. Now, there might be just a bit of humidity at play. Not expecting excessive dew points, but there is going to be the humidity values with a 90-degree day matching up with a 60-degree dew point. That does bring in that stickiness at times. So note that that will be at play. Not going to put any alerts out there, but overall the dew points do sit into those mid-60s both Friday and Saturday, and that's with the passage of the cold front, allowing for moisture to build and bring us some of those showers and thunderstorms. But then behind it, look at the dew points, 50s both Sunday and Monday. So the end of the holiday weekend is looking like the better chance to get outdoors. Now, sunshine will arrive late on Saturday, so you can even maybe think about some Saturday evening potential. Now, if you're looking for some of those warmer temperatures, more of those 90-degree days, looking at the July 4th through the July 8th outlook, it does keep us near average, but do note the warming trend that's off to the south of us. We'll be keeping an eye on that extended outlook, but at least through July 4th, the forecast is looking good. Overall, we have those 90s there, 80s through the weekend. Now, you're seeing isolated showers Saturday and Sunday. Limited threats. We'll keep an eye on it, but still the sunshine should be able to get outdoors there, and then we'll track some changes as we head from Tuesday into Wednesday.
A mom's car breaks down in Utah in nearly 100-degree weather with her kids in the back seat. It could have been a terrible situation if not for a group of Krispy Kreme workers who banded together to help. Jenna Bree has the story.
Here's one of those chillers.
It was a typical Monday at the Riverdale Krispy Kreme.
I was actually really slow
when Ogden mom Erin Oviedo decided to take her kids for a sweet treat.
My son wanted some donuts. I was like, yeah, let's go to Krispy Kreme.
Oviedo had her two kids in the back seat and pulled into Krispy Kreme for a box of donuts when suddenly her car broke down right here.
I was blocking traffic. The car shut off. I couldn't get it to turn on at all. So the AC turned off. I have these kids in the car. It's like almost 100-degree weather.
Kayla Evans and Jennifer Freese immediately came to the rescue, pushing Oviedo's car all the way into a spot in the parking lot.
It was kind of a struggle because the car it's black and it's hot, so it was really just hot on my hands, but we got it over there.
Unfortunately, the jump start was unsuccessful. As Oviedo tried to figure out what was wrong with her car, the employees brought Oviedo's kids inside to cool off in the air-conditioned shop.
There's a lot of good people that work here.
Freese says she just wanted to pay it forward.
My heart swelled with pride and not to make me sound like I have a big head, but it's not very often that I get to do that for somebody else.
This Krispy Kreme will always have Oviedo's business.
I think a lot of people think that Ogden has a really bad rep, so I think it was really important for me to share that and see that there's still good people out there, that are more than willing to help people that they don't even know.
Henry Ford's assembly line system for manufacturing cars revolutionized the industrial world. But now another automotive company is also hoping to leave its mark on history. Jackie Binez has a look at the 21C, a sports car built with AI software and 3D printed parts.
At first glance, it may look like any other sports car on the market. But artificial intelligence and 3D printing are setting the Zinger 21C apart.
Human creativity and design and engineering connected to an AI-driven machine.
Because the 21C is primarily designed and developed by special AI software, officials at Zinger say they've been able to craft perfectly optimized parts that take on the look of elements you'd find in nature.
We're not designing these to look organic, bone-like, biological. They just actually look biological because biological is efficient and these structures are perfectly efficient.
But that's not all, because many of these parts resemble complex geometry. Zinger uses 3D printers to produce much of the 21C's structure, including its suspension. The car also features a unique seating layout similar to a fighter jet, where the passenger is positioned behind the driver. The result? A slimmer car that can go 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds and reach a top speed of more than 250 miles per hour. Company officials believe their process of using AI and 3D printing will become the norm for other industries.
Aerospace, defense, specialty vehicles, essentially anything that's complex and metal, this system's going to end up supplying those parts for.
Sales of the 21C are expected to begin sometime next year, but you may want to save up your pennies. It comes with a pretty hefty price tag of around $2 million.
Delta is allowing flight changes for free over the 4th of July weekend. That, and it's the iPhone's birthday. Those stories and more coming up. Delta is trying to get ahead of holiday weekend travel woes. Another 3 years for Disney's CEO, and it's the iPhone's birthday. CJ Papa has those stories and more in today's Business Briefs.
Delta Air announcing it will allow passengers to change their travel plans for the potentially challenging 4th of July holiday weekend free of charge. The waiver will apply across Delta's entire network for July 1st through July 4th, as long as customers travel between the same origins and destinations by July 8th. It comes as passengers face a travel nightmare at airports across the country. On Tuesday, there were more than 4,000 delays and 600 cancellations. It's 3 more years at the Mouse House for Disney CEO Bob Chapek. The company's board of directors extending his contract. Chapek has spent nearly 30 years at Disney and succeeded Bob Iger as CEO in February of 2020, just weeks before the company shut down its theme parks and the majority of its content production because of COVID. And finally, the iPhone turns 15. Steve Jobs unveiled the first iPhone in January 2007, but customers had to wait until June 29th to get their hands on one. Last year, Apple said there were more than 1 billion active iPhones worldwide. The success of the iPhone has driven Apple to become the world's first company to surpass a $3 trillion valuation. For more stories, log on to foxbusiness.com. In New York, I'm CJ Papa.
There's been a major blow to the counterfeit goods industry in Michigan. Police seized hundreds of fake items and nearly $100,000 in cash during a raid. Randy Wembley reports.
Police raided this flea market after getting tips from a number of sources that knockoff designer sunglasses and purses were being sold here. When they showed up, they found that and then some. Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci sunglasses, and high fashion by Ferragamo. All of it fake, according to Warren police. Now 7 people are facing criminal charges for peddling the counterfeit goods, sometimes sold for nearly as much as the real deal. Would you buy some of those Louis Vuitton bags?
No. I buy legit from the main manufacturers.
Warren PD's Special Investigations Unit started digging into reports of knockoff designer products being sold at the County Line Trade Center back in May. They executed search warrants on 4 kiosks inside the Trade Center and these 2 homes in Warren and Sterling Heights on Friday, seizing roughly 2,000 fake products and more than $100,000 in cold hard cash. Madeline and Danny Kosho, 2 suspects in this case, were both home when we stopped by Tuesday. Hi, Madeline. And Randy from Channel 2. Neither wanted to comment. They, along with the others, are facing an intent to deliver counterfeit property charge, which is a 5-year felony.
If you want to go ahead and commit a crime in Macomb County, you're going to pay the price.
That's Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido. He says the selling of knockoff goods hits consumers hard, and he's a bit unnerved about where the cash from the sales ended up.
But I do know that there was statements made to the police that some of the money was going out of the country. And that concerns me because the scope and the target becomes even broader. And what they're doing with the money and how it's being funneled out of the country, that concerns me.
Now, police say these 2 suspects are not yet in their custody. The rest have all been given personal bonds.
Stay with us. We'll have more after the break. Let's leave you with a smile. A man in South Carolina claims watching TV made him $100,000 richer. The man said he won the lottery thanks to a strategy he picked up from the TV show Lottery Changed My Life. He claims he spent $25 a week playing the lottery for 3 months. In his first week, he won $500. 6 weeks later, he won big, though, after buying a Powerball ticket at a gas station. The man said his wife was the one who realized it was a winning ticket. That does it for us. I'm Jamie Holmes. Thanks so much for watching.